This is not a dance. Yeah. All right, welcome back. So we left off with Lahg apparently losing control of his own dreamscape. As we wake up on, we're gonna say, because you're kind of halfway through the day was the dawn of the 17th of Achiel. So we're gonna say you wake up since you were nocturnal.
It was the 16th before. Yeah,
No, it was
for the fight.
From my notes, it was the dawn of the 17th Achiel is when the fight.
Dawn of the 16th was when we
16th.
first started fighting.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with the two good
From the notes
takers.
that Noelle had given me.
I just
it
also
says-
looked at my notes and it said 16th.
16th battle at dawn is what I
Yeah.
wrote down.
I'm just
Yep.
writing down wake up at some point.
Yeah, Battle at Dawn. on
I
the
have to say,
16th.
finally, the plea for peace settles on the hunter's ears as the dawn of the 17th of Achiel fully announces its presence.
It should have been the 16th. Well, it.
It's a mistype. She hit the wrong
No,
button.
I think something happened. I'm like vaguely remembering
It's
this.
fine. We can.
The dusk of
Dawn
the
happened.
15th was when Osfer and stuff showed up.
Let's just make sure we have this correctly. Early in the evening of after resting, Argus is able to resurrect Bast in the early evening of the 16th of Achiel, so it has to be the 17th.
That's why, yeah, I think.
Because the evening of the 16th was the previous
This
day
is
before
still the
midnight.
same day where I cast Resurrection.
No, because you cast Resurrection before midnight.
Yes, which would have been.
And then midnight makes it
I can still
17th.
say fuck because I've already said fuck in the short long rest period. So I can still say fuck.
Well,
right
it depends on when that.
When does
Time
your
frame.
fuck
Your-
recharge?
now. Ask him. Ask him when my fuck recharges.
We'll say
Okay.
dawn. Okay, so here
we
you
can
go.
say it's the 7th.
Hold on.
It was the
Yeah.
17th.
So the notes that I have say that after resting, you wake up in the early evening of the 16th of Achiel, meaning that before midnight and like the beginning of the nocturnal activity cycle.
Okay.
Meaning that that's when you resurrected Bast, and you had the whole day of the night of the 16th into the 17th until the dawn of the 17th came about during the end of your battle with the Morhirai.
Like a cock.
Sure. So,
Notes update.
technically, you guys
Late
were
on the
active throughout a bit of the early afternoon of the 17th of Achiel, and that's when you went to bed. Waking up, we'll say, just to make our lives easy, at like midnight,
19th.
causing it to be the 18th.
Who wants to roll for the heart?
Not me, because I
Okay.
always screw it up.
What are we rolling for?
The heart.
I don't know anything about the heart.
So like we'll say you go to sleep at around like, anywhere between 2 and
Should I do
4
it or
p.m.
someone else want to?
and you wake up at midnight. And that way we're just set.
We have an item.
With the nocturnal shit,
I'm
we'll just do
assuming it's
fucking
summer.
midnight
Nope.
if we need to. but
Opposite.
The exact opposite of what we wanted.
One,
I think it pulls in. It's all like,
the heart just shatters. And
no.
No.
It puckered.
All right. So
Well, we might have killed what's his face in your bag then.
Zemdak?
No, that's
he
the
was already
hole. I
dead.
said the bag.
for the purposes and the sake of time,
How many corpses
everyone
are we
wakes
hauling
up
around?
from a long rest.
Well, I'm
What?
technically a corpse.
Yeah.
Everyone wakes up from a long rest,
Nice.
except for Lahg and Zemdak.
Oh, joy.
That's no bueno.
You have 4 levels of exhaustion.
I did say Lahg had woken up.
You did say.
Yeah. We're like when you actually wake up is when we will resume that point. Okay, take it away. You guys are all in separate rooms except for I believe Meckel and Argus and
Unless Argus
Zemdak.
kicked him out and told him to go to his own.
Zemdak and Lahg. If
No.
you count them being
Who has the
That's
hole?
not a thing.
She does.
Trishani has
oh,
the hole.
that's
she has
correct.
the
Yeah, Trishani is with Zemdak. Trishani's in the rumble zone.
I planned it this way.
Hey, I can't leave my little prison, so.
I mean, I asked if you wanted to, and you're like, what to do?
We've got tonight.
I feel dirty?
Why do you feel
He's
dirty?
he's
Just the.
Why do you think I
Just the
was
floor
cracking
of the
up?
temple.
Why do you think I kept laughing my ass off when you kept going? So Trisheni has Zemdak in the hole.
Oh no! I
Thank
knew that.
you, thank you. Finally, somebody.
And then she
somebody
rolls it
hit
up
that.
real tight.
Was that
Somebody else finally got where my brain went with that.
It has to do with my personal life, Matt. You can move on.
Well, how do
I
TJ
do
went like
not
this
kink
after you
shame.
said that?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But
You don't need to read into that.
Do we hear anything from the hole?
I don't know. You sticking your ear up
It's
to the hole?
closed.
No.
You're also not in that room.
I'm just making sure.
I mean, are you sticking your ear like next to the
All
door
right.
to see what you
I would
hear?
have still been like, "Are you good in there?" before going to bed.
Okay,
and been like,
Argus, you awake
All right.
on the slab. And you check
so
and you
comfy.
see Meckel below you.
My jaw's
Fully
open
turkey
to my
to the
like
storm
rib or
mouth.
something.
You feel
Okay, good.
different. You feel different. You feel
I feel different.
like more in tune with the thing that you've accepted about yourself. As far as like they know the primevalness of like how you are a piece of a greater whole. You feel far more in tune. Like there's something about the serenity. You don't feel any dissonance as you usually feel when you're out and about of like the suppressive and you don't feel like you have to fight the numinous of the virgin pantheon. And you feel like you, if you wanted to, stretch your limbs here to really actually actualize the limits of your real power here.
You're a real
Nothing is, there's no barometric pressure of another numinous upon you.
If you're gonna turn the cell into an easy bake oven, can you let me out first?
I wouldn't do that.
After
Let me
resting,
out?
because you were so tired, it was like you felt a little bit of it, but now that you're like fully rested and you awake in this space and you have spent a decent amount of time in here, you feel unshackled.
There's no presence holding you back. I don't know what I can really do with that.
It's kind of similar to how some others were describing how the type of thing when it came to the capital of how the current deific pantheon didn't have as much influence within the more like core positions of the capital due to just something that it had. And, like for example, how your sendings were very staticky and hard to go
Yeah.
through, like divine and like magic that had to do with divinity had a lot of difficulty getting there. And this doesn't feel like as much as forbiddance as much as it does kind of a piece of your domain.
Yeah. I don't know if there's really much I can do about that.
That's just how you feel when you wake up. Feels you've been
Feels
it's
fantastic.
yeah. It's like probably one of the best sleeps you've had in a very long time.
I expected that just from the stone slab, but this is additional. You know, being on rock.
Meckel also being, at least having a partition of his mind within yours, you probably also get that kind of REM benefit as well. Perhaps not as much more of removed as far as like, I feel like I can stretch my limbs, but as far as how much you don't have a direct connection to divine energies as
Okay, well, I'm pretty close to my source of divine energy at this point. So what I'm gonna do?
Cleric yet.
yeah, you can take a level of cleric, my dude. Or
So I
paladin.
pick him up and but I will use my I will extend my presence and see if I can find anything that I notice but I'm going to use the enhanced ability of him to do so.
You got it. You're gonna do
You're
that
my
like
battery.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You want a radar ping? You got it. What did I have you roll before? Was it a
Wisdom, usually.
Wisdom? Yeah, let's just do a straight wisdom check, but you get an advantage here because of this. It's like anti-claustrophobia is what you're feeling.
Well, I'm glad that I got that because I got a 2 and a 16. So that's going to be. It's not a save. Oh no, it is a save.
No, it's just a straight check.
straight
so just
check.
The die plus
18.
your wisdom mod. 18.
You did initially say wisdom save, I thought.
No, it's a wisdom check. Wisdom check. Wisdom save is when you're trying
When
to
it's
prevent
attacking
something.
you.
He's trying to do.
Now I make a wisdom save.
What? With,
Yeah.
with what he does, I never just
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
yes,
he goes,
18.
make a check, make a save for me, and then
That's
says
part
nothing.
of the fun. Yeah? Keep you on your toes. Okay, so you do feel something. You feel something old, ancient.
Like Doctor Ancient, or like
Kind of, and not like. You don't feel it like primeval ancient. You feel something old, ancient, like something that you are somewhat related to. You have a connection with, whether that be genetics or something. You feel that type of like you feel something that's old, but some very far removed kinship with.
all right. I'm going to send for that thing.
I think that you can attempt to make contact with it, not dissimilar how how like some penguins find each other in the mass of other penguins just by memorizing their children's like call among the cacophony of others. You can announce yourself, but it's not up to you whether they show up or not.
Would I be able to use this to follow that sense to get to that point, to get to that source?
Only if they respond.
All right, I'll try to ping then.
Okay. You ping, you sense the presence of it, and you want to send. What is the message you send out? What is either the thought, the image,
The same thought that I had when I found out that Shade was my sister, that sort of like joy to actually have a family member out there and welcoming them, that sort of like acknowledgement.
Okay, cool. You send out the whole like water of the womb type of thing.
Yeah.
Is it just that? Is there a particular image associated with it?
No, just this like raw emotional sort of like
Belonging of kinship.
Family.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You got it. Cool. You send that out. You don't get anything back.
there's another one of me here.
Now, one of you how? Is it another creation or another... What does one of you mean?
We have another kinship that feels like it's similar to Dr. Shade and myself. Very, very old, but I'm somehow a part of it, and it's a part of me. I've sent for it.
Why would it listen to you? It doesn't know you.
But I was using your radiance. I was using your radiance and sending it welcome thoughts.
Okay. But
You're glowing this morning.
thanks.
Did you fuck?
I don't know if I would put it past.
Mekla has shown none of that to anyone.
There's nothing different about you. Your hair.
What you show Argus and what you show us, two entirely different.
Different Meckles.
But I'm wondering,
Okay.
she mentioned something about some leader or something.
Right.
I'm wondering if that's what I'm sensing.
You think they're a part of Doctor or just a part of...
Somehow I think they're part of the family.
They could be a part of your origin,
Right.
which is...
But why would it be here if it was
Because
like Doctor?
Doctor had to take a part of the Morhi Rai to
Pull your
make the
mic in a little
Dokenan
bit,
Rai
just a little bit.
Oh,
to add to a whole part of this. He had to have borrowed from the Morhi.
or taken.
Well, same.
But there's only one.
Right, but genetic memory and pieces and ancestry. Who knows where it comes from?
You want to find out?
Yeah, but I doubt we should do it alone.
Okay.
Let's find the others.
I'll go get Trishani.
Trisheni.
That's what I said.
No,
You find Trisheni sleeping on an open book. That
Well,
she
is the
been
door
using as a
to
pillow.
her cell open? Otherwise, I would knock.
There is no door
Oh,
for
then
any of
screw
these
it.
rooms.
Yeah, I
there
go
are
over and
just
shake you
thresholds
awake.
and doorways, but
Don't
there are
shake
no
her.
doors.
What is this? Why? I was having such a.
There's like a drool
I-
spot on one of the corners of where you keep the page numbers.
Speckle.
Yeah.
I found another one of
Did you
me.
not get some good rest? This place is awesome.
No, not as good the rest as you. I mean, like it's not.
I don't even
like,
need coffee.
The book is like
today.
stuck to her face as it pops off.
Can I read the ink? On
That's
this?
on her-
Yeah.
You mean that's on her fur? No.
Oh,
Yeah, my furs are also pretty dark
there's
too. So.
there's a very old version of me. That's not the right word. Here, like
Felt
I
the
can sense it.
ancestral connection to something here.
Interesting. Why this? But I know that like there's the connection between the Darkennen and the Morhi, and obviously you and the Darkennen have a thing.
But I was connected to both of them.
Well, yeah, if one was created as a facsimile of the
Anyways,
other.
One's a
I
piece of
did
the
send. I
Yeah.
did send for them. We'll see if they show up or.
They're not going to show
You
up for
send
you.
send for them like through your normal means of like talking to a doctor type of thing, or
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
okay, all right. You sure you don't want coffee this morning? I'm like,
I'm wired. What do you need coffee for here?
cause like this was a bed of slate.
Yeah. It was a bed of slate.
I did
I-
notice that
okay.
the pillows under his eyes are less.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm glad you got really good sleep. It's good.
There's so much energy here.
Oh, okay. So
Like I
you're
had said,
feeling-
like it's not like there's like this is a ley line of energy. It just feels like you aren't wearing like the training weights of having another.
But he
numinous,
might feel like
oppress-
it's-
correct. Yeah. It's like you've taken off all the training weights of having another oppressive faith be accent like.
And
pressed upon you.
I'm walking around using that glowing aura of his to definitely announce my presence like wherever we go.
Glowing aura.
Yeah.
Did you with like your animated torch? You mean?
No. Like I'm actually still sending out the call, the welcome, or whatever as we're going through.
We should have established this beyond at some point, but
We
there-
should have. Yeah.
There is most likely a limit to how often you can
Okay.
do that type of thing, or otherwise it's going to take a toll on your psyche and
Oh.
could blow back. Like it takes effort to do this type of thing. I don't want to give you a limit as far as like how often you can use.
Okay,
divine
then I
sensors
won't.
Type
I'll
of thing, but you do realize that this takes effort to do, and you can reach a point where you do so much effort that it could be stressful.
Fair enough.
And you know what that means.
Yeah. So I do not do that then.
Yeah, like
Let's go
like
see if Lahg
once, maybe twice a
created
day,
anything in her
like
sleep.
fine.
Okay,
I don't want
I
to give
mean,
it a
let's,
number, just
That's fair.
But if you feel like it's necessary
Oh,
and you
I
need to
guess
keep doing it, do so.
should
At
probably
some
keep-
point, I may impose upon you. Okay, start rolling some stuff.
Okay.
You should probably go check on Thraz, make sure you didn't steal anything.
That too. Let me see if
Oh, sorry. Acquire something to sleep.
let me see if
I thought
I
his
have
name was-
everything in my pockets.
Okay.
Having said that, Lahg, you are not yet awake, but I want you to write on a piece of paper right now one of the things that you have manifested in your dreamscape that you would like to have taken with you and materialize in the material realm. Now, this has to be a little realistic and practical with this thing. You can't write on the piece of paper clock tower. Okay? Like,
Okay, but when you say something I have manifested, like any point within my dreamscape or within
Correct.
within the most recent.
Correct.
So at any point within my
Correct.
dreamscape.
I believe the only things I would exclude from that would be things that have been already materialized. For example, like the Aegis of the dragon and whatever, like that. Those types of things.
We're gonna get to meet midnight.
It's something that it's like when you're grabbing onto your dreamscape the very last minute as you're being torn through it, you bring it through the veil. A natural 20 at the very least should be able to bring that. You get to decide what it is. It has to be something practical.
So not a giraffe.
Not a fucking building. Okay?
What would Log think is practical?
Yeah,
That's
Right.
that's the hardest question.
Yeah.
I can think
If you
of
want
one thing
like one of
immediately
the
that
hands of the clock tower, maybe, sure.
A bottle of
also,
whiskey that never empties.
like that also doesn't limit to you the things like, we'll say, just for the sake of making it easier, so that you're not thinking about this for hours and hours, we'll say your size or smaller, and I do mean anything, whether it is alive or not. Think about that. Write it on a piece of paper. Please continue.
All right, Leo, let me check my pockets, make sure everything's there. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Are you okay? Hey. Good morning. Midnight, whatever it is. Do you want to stay in there? Hello?
Do you reach into it and open it up?
The hole?
Not fully, just enough so that sound travels.
Sure. We got some really fucky stuff because technically, like,
I mean, like stretching it open.
sure. I just for so everybody knows, as far as the precedent of the thing, in order for the actual dimensional, like, the dimensional threshold to be active, it has to be like fully open. However, we did kind of bend the rules as far as like, if there's a little bit of room, maybe just sound can go through, maybe a little rice and beans can go through. I don't want to fuck with you when it comes to that. That's fun, cool. Let's do that type of thing. But but if it ever comes to some type of thing, like if it's at a combat or somebody needs to go through it, it needs to be on a surface or it
Yeah.
needs to be flat. As long as we're okay with that, this is fine.
Yep.
I just don't want you to be like, you Ted, I could do it before, and then I have to be like,
No.
shit,
No.
like
Not the type of people.
work with
No.
me here when it comes to that.
I am.
That's fine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you can like open it like a
TJ
bag.
said
Like
we
a-
could
yeah.
do it before. Got it.
Yeah.
I'll throw hurt at you.
What do you?
Am I awake?
As you reach in, as you open it up and you talk into it and you kind of like look through a little bit, you can see a bunch of stuff, but you do see Zemdak. Is there another body in there with you?
Nope.
It's just you?
Yep.
Zemdak looks as catatonic as Trellius does, right? You have the body of Trellius?
He's in the bag.
Caliban Trellius, right?
In the bag, or did we move him into the box?
I think he's in the box.
He's in the
He might be
bag.
in the box.
Yeah, I thought we had moved into the box.
You moved into the box, I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you needed the space.
Is that up to date though?
Yes.
Well,
All right, he's
bag.
saying no.
that's pretty normal. I mean, he does sleep really hard. Okay. Well,
Tortesi.
Also, you haven't seen him sleep
Yeah,
since
it's
he
Tortesi.
turned.
Tortesi.
Tortesi, sorry, yes.
yeah. I'll open up the hole, like lay it out on the bed, or whatever it is, and like reach in there and try to like, or mage hand or something, just to try to like, hey, wake up.
Remember how I was describing how Cole had heard boom, 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 something knocking on the very existence of the realm of his subconscious, as something was like trying to get into his mind? Zemdak, you feel that. You feel like you are, again, claustrophobic within that tin cube, and that same type of feel of that abyss with no light, but far more claustrophobic with a layer of liquid on the bottom. Very The Cell style. As you hear, and you feel the whole realm shake as you're being prodded. You said you didn't want to look through the slot, and the slot is still open. Like the little mail slot.
Yeah. I mean, It's been a night. Yes.
How would you have any concept of time in this space?
I mean, you sort of understand the passage of time, right?
That's up to you.
It's been time.
It has been time. Sure.
A significant amount of time.
Well, I mean, if all time is relative.
Again,
so-
that is up to you. In this space, it is
It's dreams.
difficult to tell.
Okay. I will.
Just like how you spent like months
Yeah.
in Logg's dreamscape in a single night. So,
My curiosity would eventually get to me.
okay.
So, this being an event, I would peek out to see what I could see.
You see two things. You see the vision of what is you, or what Log believed was you, superimposing its control and transforming Log's dreamscape as Log has been shunted out of his own dreamscape, as things start to slowly transform to what it wants to be within this realm.
Okay.
The fact, I think, why don't you go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me real quick?
There you go.
The one thing he's good at.
Can you do?
So you got
I
a
think-
6.
Could you?
It's a 6, but it's a natural one.
Can you flash and?
I can't. I don't know if that cancels out.
I think with a natural one, there might be a part of Zemdek's brain that is aware of this, but he is in denial of it. As far as
Why would you destroy the perfect workshop kind of thing?
he's in denial of, like, this can't be real. It's just another dream. It's just another dream. Log's fine. He's awake, and just more of like a refusal of what could possibly be, and pushing it so far away that it will not enter its conscious mind, because Zemdek's like that. He rejects reality and substitutes his own. However, what you do see in imposing upon that, kind of like a dissolve or a fade to another scene, as if your vision is a page to be turned, being pushed and crunched, is the large finger, as if Trisheni was a giant, upon your periphery. That's kind of crunching the page and wrinkling it, and then it tries to reassert itself, and
Do I
as
recognize
though your
it?
left eye is in like Log's dreamscape, and your right eye is not.
Do I recognize it as her hand?
As Zemdek, I don't see it. With how much you've paid attention to Trisheni, I don't see how you could.
Okay. Then I would
Ignore that.
it's the dream world, right? But I would reach out in whatever capacity I could towards that thing.
You can attempt to.
Like
You feel contained.
lock on to that thing.
Okay. You use it as an anchor. Try
Yes.
to pull yourself out.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Why don't you roll? This is an emotional check, so I'll need you to roll a. I'll need you to roll a wisdom check for me. here.
Okay. It's just straight
It's
wisdom.
wisdom's like emotions. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's emotional intelligence.
17.
17. I think you are so in denial of what you see through your left eye of the dreamscape that you close it and only keep your right eye open and try to reach out with your mind, which causes you to reach out with your hands, which causes the mail slot to open up wider as you grab on to the finger, and you can't really get good purchase. You try to grab onto some of the fur and realize that you have to shove your finger under the fingernail to like get your hands in there properly, and you feel a little bit of this. You're like, ow, as you pull back, and as you pull back, you feel resistance, like pulling a rubber band that eventually snaps as Zemdak comes back to consciousness.
You're
That
hard
was
to,
fucking weird.
yeah, you're hard to wake up, but you're never that hard to wake up. Like,
I don't know. We haven't really tried to wake him up as this state.
yeah. You
Can I
okay?
come out yet?
I mean,
That's what we're trying to ask you.
Is she
Wait,
gone?
wait,
She's
wait.
gone.
she's
I
gone.
think it's just Trisheni and
I-
Zemdak in here, right?
They're
no,
in
they
her
came-
room.
they woke
Came
me
in.
up.
Remember,
Yeah.
I shook her.
Yeah.
Can I come
shake
out
it off.
yet?
I
mean,
think so.
yeah, if she's Cuter's not here. I mean, the others are here that would, Okay, she thought you'd be okay. Just don't.
The head guy might have some other thoughts.
Yeah, but
You're not hungry, are you?
Nope.
Good. I'll continue eating
Are
my
you?
kebab.
Fully satiated.
A day and a half ago.
Yes.
Okay. You're satisfied right now. Not fully satiated.
Sure. I'm tempered.
Tempered. Yeah.
There's
You are no longer
another.
the blood volleyball that you were.
Did I sense anything since
Oh, yeah.
my awareness is heightened at this point? With
You
him
did the
reaching
ping
out?
already.
It had pinged previously.
So then
I
what
just
sense are
wanted-
you referring to?
Anything trying to come in or out, like bacon or anything like that, like the like the sliding.
Oh, like more dimensional
Yeah.
temporally? I think that you have a bit of a sixth sense when it comes to just anything that appears to be supernatural, out of the ordinary, or out of place. But when you do so, you kind of have to give yourself a bit of a direction of what it is you're focusing on. And at that point, you were focusing on, do I feel any kinship?
Okay.
And this, as far as like slippage, you would have to try again with a different intent.
Okay.
And
No,
every
then
time
I
you
would-
do so, there's like, a chance that it could be stressful.
Right. No, I'm good then for now.
Does that make sense? That seems
No,
fair?
no, that's
Good.
cool.
Okay.
Okay. Are we waking other people?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
But
Did-
yeah.
Did anything bad happen?
No, were you able to hear everything? Like,
I sensed another one of me.
I got bits and pieces.
okay.
Of what?
Your conversations, we haven't really given a name to it, but the thing that took Cole,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it the entity. I don't know. Like, what's a good name for that thing?
Why, boy?
The entity, like the thing,
Actually, you don't even know.
the creature,
Doppelkohl.
Doppelkohl. There we go.
Doppelkohl.
Doppelganger.
It's a
Cole.
Doppelkohl treatment.
Oh, don't make me throw something at you.
So
I think he's in there with Aeon.
How do you get there?
yeah.
Are you really asking like how things work with me?
Do you
Yes, I'm asking how things work with you.
I can go in there.
Do you
and see
not
if there's-
understand that that's your main thing? Is how things work.
No, I just know that they do work.
I can go in there and look around if
That's
you want.
Don't ask questions you don't want.
no,
to
but like no, that's. But you always know how things work. Like, are you sure under your own faculties right now?
No.
Like,
I'm not.
okay, that's.
Do you want me
fair.
to see?
To be fair, I haven't-
I can check out.
I haven't been sure of
Yeah.
anything in like the last week.
Okay.
To be fair, but I had a conversation with it.
What did it say?
Meckel's all for it. He likes his new powers.
Nothing good.
Okay.
Maybe play a guessing game to figure out who it was.
Is he still in there?
I think it's. Yeah.
He didn't like my anti-divinity powers.
Who didn't? I'm sorry.
Doppelkohl.
Topical.
I'm writing that in my notes.
The only thing you've written in your notes.
I have that in ball gag, and that's it.
I used my divine disapproval, and it actually he got mad.
Well, that was when Cole let them in, and they were still on like the surface of this planet, if I remember correctly, right?
No, that was when we were fighting them. Yeah, when
Did
Cole
you
let him
actually
in.
make contact with Cole when you were up there? I didn't think you did. I thought you made
when
contact with the defenders.
Cole
did,
got
but-
converted, I was holding his hand. I was holding his head.
No. I mean, up on the moon.
No.
No. But
No,
he
only
did
Zemdak
that.
did.
That's what I meant. Like,
Yeah,
when you were
no,
on the
we
surface
were
of
on
this
this-
planet
yes,
is
we were
when
on
you
this
did the
planet,
thing,
yeah.
and they didn't like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got a little worried. He had a
Yeah, what does that
streak of
mean?
worry in his face. It means he has divine power. So
Can you bless him or something?
No,
Or-
don't do that.
I
Dip him
can
in
try
holy
to
water?
throw.
Also, what you've seen lately is that you can do it to yourself too.
Yeah.
The name of the ability and those type of things, divine annulment and like no gods, no kings. Any type of authority, any type of belief, faith.
So are you messing with a god or a king? I mean, I
just
don't know.
celestial
I
body.
just wanted to have some fun. and
So
ask
to
that
me,
question.
I would expect it to be another thief.
I don't know how any of this works.
Because we all do.
All I know is that's some pretty weird
Juju.
dreams,
Yeah.
nightmares. Like I spent the entire night in a jail cell, like a dungeon cell. I don't know.
I really think Lahg needs to be pulling me into his dreams to try to protect on some of this stuff.
It's not hard to get into his dreams.
Yeah.
I've never been in his dreams. Why has everyone else been in his dreams?
I haven't been in his dreams. We're not the cool kids, though.
That you
Oh,
know
right.
of.
Yeah.
Whose dreams have we not been a part of? Istraz walks up, like rubbing his head as he wakes up.
Logs.
Logs.
He's you know.
Let's
Wait,
go
wait.
wake his ass up.
Yeah.
People can
Where-
enter his
Are you-
dreams.
Where's Shade?
She left.
Yeah,
Well,
clear
and
love.
and were too.
She took him.
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier if you wanted to say anything to him.
You can always call her back, but we need to know what the heck we're giving.
We
If
need
I
to know
what remember
we're
correctly, the
doing
deal
with this.
was
An eye for word.
until the one of the eyes of the vision of truth is returned to her, she has complete control over where.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said we need time with this to try to figure out what it is, and she says fine, but that's mine,
Yep.
and this is my collateral.
Question. Probably for you or him.
Do you still have the amulet that Vlad gave you?
Yeah.
Would the eye help if it sees the truth? Can we
We need to find out what the eye does before we try to use that thing in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
No one is touching that thing until we figure out what the heck it does.
Where is it? Is it in the lead box in the bag or something? Okay.
It's in his bag, in his
And the
pocket,
But
other
then-
one is-
or my
But
my
then-
pocket that I gave to.
It's just a loose eye in your pocket.
Because he
Like,
snuck it into
one,
my pocket.
one of them is.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like
to
that
try
is
to
the
be, like,
worst thing to
scattered
ever
the
come
four
out of
corner
Log's
style, yeah.
pockets.
Sure, sure. Cool.
Thraz's is a loose one just rattling around in his pockets.
Yeah.
All right. Or do you think? I mean, we're in the temple. Do you think it's okay, given what you saw? Do you feel like you're under control at all, or like think it's okay to be outside of the
I mean,
hole?
now that I'm awake, I feel like me.
Okay.
I just had some really weird dreams.
All right.
Should we go ask Mr. Dream
Yes.
what the heck is happening? in
Log,
his
did you
Mr.
finish
Dream.
writing down what it is you were going to write down?
I did. I don't know how I feel about it, but I did.
Can you
Oh no!
make sure nobody sees it? Fold it up,
Bring it over to him.
tear it off, and please hand it to Adam.
You get to be the bearer of bad news.
How's it
Bugbear
bad
news.
news?
Depends on what he
TJ's
picks.
having us do it.
No, that
Doesn't
could
mean
be a
it's
fun
bad.
thing.
I will not.
There
be
were
made
a
the
lot of
villain
ways I
for
could've gone with
cool,
this.
dramatic
Yeah.
reveals.
There were a lot of ways to go
Doesn't mean
about
it's
this,
bad.
but-
I know. I'm just making
Adam.
be the villain.
You open that when I tell you to. All right, so you go to find Log.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple minutes, you find Log. You go to this room and you see Log just floating, like in the fucking air, 0G, eyes in the back of his head, jaw slack, drool coming just at like a 45-degree angle. His head kind of just keeps bumping the ceiling and kind of pushing back down.
So you see Log.
That's
Yeah.
Is
a
that
little
normal?
different.
Full bugbear form, by the way.
I
You're not
mean,
concentrating on anything.
What is normal when it comes to Log?
Well, that's why I was
Adaptation's
asking.
new. It's new.
I mean, he's at least not a wolf even right now. I mean,
You see like Moonchild in the corner being like, super concerned.
He shows he do this often.
Moonchild didn't die in the battle, right?
No, she's still alive.
Oh, should I throw a
And
fireball?
Tweg hasn't been summoned back yet.
No.
Right, yeah.
I walk in there and give him a smack
Is he immune
On the
to Z-Fire?
No.
on the neck.
Are you
Okay.
immune to
Can you reach
okay.
the neck?
Yeah, you can't reach the neck. He's floating. You're lucky if you'll be able to hit his ankle. You're a tiny little gnome, baby dude.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I just ask you, and then when you say no, I go, okay, go ahead.
yeah.
Do like a
You can, like,
hop
jump
off
off.
the bed and like
Yeah.
karate chop.
Okay.
Log.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to unfold the piece of paper that you have one fold, and then I want you to tear it at the seam.
Oh no.
I want you to hand one of those to Trisheni.
Okay.
Trisheni, do me a favor before we continue. Is there any text on that piece of paper?
She has all
Yes.
of the text.
You have all of the text? Okay, cool.
You win.
She generally does.
Cool. Zemdak, you jump up and karate chop him, and Lahg disgorges that's liquid that's at the bottom of his dreamscape that just grabs onto you amoeba style, like in your head, and like a slime style, and just also makes you float, and you can't breathe, but you don't need to breathe. So you're just floating there with Lahg as he's like,
All right, we're done with this. And I go, no gods, no kings on him.
you go, no gods. Okay. I think. Ooh, this is really interesting. Is there a saving throw involved with that, or it just fucking happens, right? And then it suppresses for one turn, correct? Cool.
You need divine for one whole.
Is what I am divine.
Interesting. My question for you then is, because you don't feel any weight upon you, are you trying to make it to the fullest extent, or are you trying to make it what you're used to?
I don't want it to affect any primordial things.
So then you want to keep it tempered? Okay.
Because I don't want it,
The wave hits, Trisheni, you feel terrible as this wave hits you. You still believe in the Sultan of Sands, if I remember correctly. Lahg, you fall and hit the ground, but you fall, and then Zemdak gets pulled down, but with you as you slap into Lagh's sternum, and as Lahg just vomits just a little bit onto himself.
How do I
And-
feel?
How do you feel?
Because I'm leeching off God
You
right
see
now.
Argus for what they are, but a
already knew
man. But a man.
It's
your
your
gods-
potential
But
that
a dwarf.
that I
So what happens is that when he channels the idea of no gods, no kings, you fill in the rest of it, only man, in your mind as you see Argus, but a man.
Only dwarves.
For a fleeting moment.
But I'm awake now.
You are not awake. No, you are not awake. You are not awake. Trisheni, can you please unfold that?
Yeah. Ugh. Are you sure you got the good night's
And
rest
I need you to
here?
decide. I need you to decide what end of your body this is going to be produced from.
Oh wow!
Before I open this.
Log, can you get
Apparently
ready?
my head side.
Okay, so you're gonna vomit. You're
Yeah.
gonna disgorge whatever this is.
Oh no.
I don't feel so good. Can I read it out loud?
Yeah. Well, you can read it to yourself, and then you describe what happens.
I feel it's like a hairball.
Yeah.
And spewing forth from my mouth is this slime-covered hand that reaches out, and then another one, and pulls itself forward as another bugbear emerges as Ghal.
So her jaw unhinges as she's just retching and giving birth to this slime and wet matted fur of
he's gonna
one limb, and then the shoulder pops out, and the other shoulder pops out, and another head pops out, as you can see the tears of pain of this
I will.
like mirror image of bug.
While this is happening, we're
we
like,
have
that's
a-
so
we have a
cool,
ball
and
gag
cast
if we need it.
heroism on her.
Okay, you're not scared of what's happening, but it's still happening, and it still fucking hurts.
Yeah.
And you also gain temporary hit points.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Speaking of which,
D8.
this does hurt. You do take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
1.
So
I
it
get
doesn't hurt
one,
you.
Wait,
You got
It's
10
8.
temporary.
10.
temporary.
Okay.
So-
8. So it just
So
takes
you,
away.
you got 1 temporary hit point left, and you also get like a D4 every round or some shit. So you disgorge
Nothing happened.
this. Log, what does Ghal say as they are birthed into existence from Trisheni's gullet?
What the fuck is this shit?
Does my guys go to Ghal.
Did your
My
guy
guess.
It's a whole different creature.
different creature?
You were really hoping, though, too, for.
It'd be
Huh?
hilarious.
But he doesn't have the eye patch. He has a full eye. He has like
He's
So-
also not a god or a king, so
To in the interest of time, for the foreseeable future, Log is now playing Ghal, and Log themselves is in a semi-permanent catatonic state.
What the fuck did you do to me?
To you?
Yeah, that's me. I mean, it's like the in charge.
Zemdek, you
me
have full
when I'm
agency now.
there.
so
No, what did you do to you?
What did you do to me?
Lahg is
Like,
down there, and Trisheni gave mouth birth to another Lahg.
I don't.
Wait, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you if you are not that one?
Oh, no, I'm him. I'm the other him.
You are
When
not
I'm-
him. He does not have an eye. You have both. You are
I know.
not him.
I am him before he was me. When I was in his mind,
Wait, what is your name?
he called me Ghal.
Okay,
Okay, Ghal.
we've heard of Ghal.
Yeah, you've met me.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't met you.
but this fucker has this
What?
short
Because
stack
that
has.
helps. That helps.
Fucking Abbott and Costello skit.
Yeah.
Something.
Where's Cole? He was
Cole's
He's
gone.
Gone.
what?
He's gone. He's last we. Yeah.
But he was the funny fucker. What the fuck?
I know.
Are you okay?
She didn't.
I need like
has-
some tea or something
Because
just
of
to.
you, she hasn't taken any damage, and she's still like.
Can I check you out really quick, just to
Please. Yeah, that would be nice.
Because she's still
He's,
getting
like,
temporary hit
looking
points,
in
so
your
any
throat
damage she
and
would have taken from that
Make sure
ordeal
that you're not.
has been
Ghal, did-
forfeited by you.
Okay.
Anything strange happened to Log?
We know. Yeah, he was talking to you.
Thraz is doing a check on Trisheni while she.
No, yeah,
she
like-
disgorge this giant creature.
Yeah, please roll an Arcana
Yeah,
check. I'm
'cause-
gonna say Arcana check. Please roll
Oh,
it with
he's
advantage.
no, doing a physical check like medicine.
Medicine?
Check.
Sure.
I mean, he just saw Trisheni give birth to a bugbear from
A 7-foot
her mouth.
bugbear from a 6-foot
Disgorge
creature.
a full bugbear, which is like 3 times the mass of herself.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's still better than natural birth. Totally what Meckel is thinking. I would rather go that way.
Not qualified to comment. Please
I just
go
have to
ahead and
remember
roll
these.
a medicine check at advantage because this seems fucky.
Oh, that is really good. 24.
You've experienced one thing like this before where odd creatures within the continuum have disgorged other creatures similar to themselves in like a hermaphroditic type of reproduction. But through further examination of your understanding of that, it has been like something, a part of their anatomy has actually created a portal or rift that allowed something to come through, and then it just happened to be within their
Are
own
you kind of
anatomy.
talking like full creature mitosis? Is what you're
Yeah,
talking
full,
about?
full creature mitosis, but through a portal that perhaps maybe happened in their esophagus.
Okay.
You know, and it originated from that because it matter from nothing, rather than like mitosis as in had to split matter.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like to you. What I believe what you gather from that is that Trisheni just experienced the fact that something came from through a rift that manifested temporarily within her anatomy,
Okay.
which means that it's not here. It
Yeah.
wasn't from here, if that means anything. I think you just instinctively know that what Ghal or whatever they happen to be is that you get that whole feeling of like kind of out of place. But you don't feel as much of like that strong pull of slippage like north against north when it comes to magnets.
He's like bacon.
You got bacon?
Turkey bacon?
It doesn't taste like bacon.
Like, exactly.
I'm sorry
Kinda
about whatever that
You
was,
like
by the way.
pull out long bugbear hairs from
I don't know how that happened.
It's feeling better. Okay.
Ghal, you said I was there?
No. Lahg was talking to you just like a few minutes ago.
Can one of you magical people make the light inside her mouth? There might be a rift in there we can see.
Well, that we know.
Most of the light I can do is fire.
That works.
If nothing else, we burn the bad things before they come out. This way.
No.
You're not burning her.
I don't know
I'm not
that.
gonna burn her.
Fire is
got the whole
disinfecting.
dentist with the thing and you're like, so how was your day? Ha ha.
Like, he's now like looking to see if he can see a rift inside of her.
Roll an investigation check for me.
This is so weird.
This should be an advantage because I have a light helping you.
You're gonna make her swallow something with light on it?
No, I'm
Oh.
not. She's not swallowing it.
The story dice do not like me right now.
Can
11.
I try to
you see
like
tonsils, healthy tonsils, a uvula, and the healthy throat, and nice teeth that she appears to be taking care of.
dental hygiene's important.
No
Especially if
rift,
you're hard.
but you take very good care of yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Please don't talk while my hand.
Okay.
But no,
You don't
really.
see any evidence of a rift here. Whatever evidence may have been there.
Short Stack was talking to Lahg before whatever the shit just happened.
What is the shit that happened?
What do you mean? What the?
I actually point at Zemdak when you say shirt stack. Is this one?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you remember your dream, Zemdak?
Yeah, more than what you told us before.
I was in a room, a closed room.
Just point of order, as far as Log or Ghal's information about what happened, Ghal knows everything that Log knows, except for the last conversation Log just had within his dreamscape with Zemdak.
So does know that he's the one who came up and put his hand on his shoulder and that part.
Everything before Log entered his own dreamscape at that one moment.
So
everything
does not
that,
know that Zemdak was there.
I believe that's correct because that Zemdak didn't go talk to Log
He,
or Ghal.
but he told him to go talk to Lahg. To go talk to Ghal.
He
he
did
never
tell
did.
him to go talk to
But
Ghal,
he never left.
but he never left
Okay.
because you all went to the wolf statue together.
Okay. So that changes whatever shit I just said.
No, you're fine. You're actually still good because Ghal knows everything that Log knows except for the literal last conversation that Log had.
That was with Zemdak.
Zemdak and
Pinky.
Pinky.
But still remembers telling Zemdak to go talk to Ghal.
No, Ghal never encountered Zemdak.
But if Log knows everything, or if Ghal knows everything Log said up to,
So Ghal knows everything before the break. Does that make sense? Does that
So-
make it easier?
so that undoes everything that Log or that Ghal has just said about Short Stack being there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It would have been like Ghal probably noticed that Zemdak was there, just never had a conversation with him.
Okay, so he saw him. He was
Saw him there, saw
Okay,
Pinky there, saw you there, but went back to enjoying their hot spring.
okay.
I
Good call though.
I wasn't there like last time, if that's what you're talking about.
Well, like no, because like I didn't see you, and I didn't see like the little mini short fucker who was there before last time.
Oh no, he's gone.
Mini Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole's gone.
Yes.
I might be able to help.
We got so many different calls.
I
We got Doppa Cole, Mini Cole,
my dream, I was just in a room.
14 flavors of gold.
Meckel leaves the room and starts eating kebabs since nobody's listening to him.
Nice
So-
cold kebabs.
If I was there,
Starting to get the point.
I
That
can
wasn't
go
me.
into his head and see if his thoughts are his own.
But I don't see
Did
anything
Lahg-
in
did
there.
Lahg
You
dream
took
of
very
another
good care
me?
of yourself, though.
Thank you.
Into
I'm sorry, what?
Zemdak.
But what about Ghal?
But you were there. You were like
I
talking
mean, I can
to
do
them.
either
and, like,
one.
oh,
It's
that-
just that if he doesn't remember being in there, then somebody else was in there. I mean, I've been in his dreamscape. It's pretty messed up, but
Wait, who the fuck are you?
That's
it's Meckel.
Oh,
that's Meckel.
you know everything that Log knows. The only thing that you don't know is the last
Unless he's
conversation
fucking
that
with
know
you
who
had.
we are
Is that
and
understand?
all-
Like you
Okay.
know everything.
So I know every. Okay.
So
you are
so you do know
basically
who I am
Log
then, too.
minus the last
Log
conversation.
has not been in his escape to see Ghal for a long time.
Yes,
So, okay.
correct. But it doesn't matter
Ghal
because
still knows what
subconsciously,
Ghal is still
because
Log.
Okay.
you're like just like how Pinky said, they stop existing once you stop dreaming, and they only reassert themselves to then presume the position of what progress they've made based on what you would estimate the progress that they.
so you would probably also recognize me as the rat.
Yes.
So
In that case, then yes, I would.
Yeah. There's no reason why you wouldn't be at all of what Log is, just called Ghal minus literally the last conversation. That's it.
No one you get to have two eyes.
But you are aware that you are Ghal and not Log.
Right.
Does that make more sense?
No,
now?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
So I just gotta like backtrack some shit in my head, and we're
because
good.
consciously, when you are Log in your dreamscape, you limit Ghal's knowledge by consciously
Being two different
asserting your knowledge is superior to Ghal's because you created Ghal. But now that Log is not consciously consciously existing, Ghal
Is
knows
taking over.
everything that Log allowed him to even subconsciously know, which is just another copy of your brain, minus the last conversation of when you were actually two different parts of partitions of brain.
of course you probably have that sort of like he did that. That wasn't me.
My dreamscape is fucking fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not your dreamscape. It's Logs.
I mean,
It's we're the same. Yeah,
No,
we're
you're
like-
not. You're not the same. There's you there and him there.
Yeah,
not
but
the same.
but he's
Nope.
me
Nope.
and I'm him.
What if you swallow
Fucking
him?
knew you were going to bring Ghal, by the way. Absolutely 100% knew. Absolutely knew.
I mean,
Hey,
kind of.
guess what? Fuck.
That's true. He's not under the effect of gas
I
anymore.
cast Gale. I did not prepare it. I have too many other things to do with my 5th level spell.
But I might be able to go in and see if you were.
I mean, it's kind of cool that you made another one of me, but that.
But I don't think I made. Like, cause he was like acting like you and talking to
Logs brain.
Pinky. You remember Pinky, right? Like,
Yeah.
he was like,
He's unconscious.
yeah, talking to Pinky. Right? Yeah, squid fucker.
Let me see.
So I was talking
So-
to him and like, yeah, shit.
I cast detect thoughts on Log.
You cast detect thoughts on yourself,
Yes.
is what happens. And then you are able
Oh,
to
yeah,
read the
sorry.
surface. You are able to read the surface thoughts of all those that you focus on. And if you want to press deeper, you can. And they have to roll a check. And if they succeed the check, they know that you tried to press.
Right, but I'm doing it to the unconscious one.
Cool. So first thing is that you cast it to your. You cast it on yourself,
Right.
And it gives you the ability to detect surface thoughts. The surface thoughts of catatonic Log, because you are now Ghal. You are not Log. You are Ghal. You just have all the knowledge of Log, again minus the last conversation. Log, the body of Log that appears to be in a cataplectic state, does not have any surface thoughts.
There's no one there.
Well, duh. That's normal.
Do you want
No,
to
I
press,
mean literally. There's
do you want to press deeper?
if I can without first detecting thoughts, I'll try.
Yeah, part of the spell is that you can press deeper to try to get deeper thoughts and more information.
Oh, rather than the surface
But
thought.
they have to
Okay.
roll a saving throw, and if they succeed, they know you tried to do it.
That's fine.
You can think around to everyone else you want to, but you know.
Oh, why am I doing this? Log. Roll a. It's I believe a
Wisdom.
wisdom saving throw
You got a 13,
for your
buddies.
cataplectic body. It's the same.
But I'm still
it's just
using
your-
my normal stats.
Yeah, you're using your character sheet.
This is a save.
Yeah, both
probably
Ghal
can't use
and
your
Log
brain
use
first.
the exact same character sheet. You are literally copies of each other. That's what you wanted.
I rolled a 2, so 6.
6.
Anything in there?
They fail, I assume. So
Hopefully, yeah.
Was there anything in there before? Is the question.
as you press deeper,
I know there was.
you do sense a feeling of conquest, a manifest destiny across an infinite space of which is only limited by one's imagination in a less than conscious state, and an authoritative push towards the tides of infinity, grasping at every inch of control of a mind or an imagined space as possible, as hills and mountains and towns and buildings of architecture and style that you are entirely unfamiliar with and have never seen before begin to flash before your mind, as you kind of see almost a time lapse progression of a civilization being built upon a dreamscape that has exponentially increased in size.
Log is too stupid to have the thoughts that this thing does. No offense.
He's not like
He's not bent on conquest and taking influence from everything.
No.
you haven't known me that long.
The other thing you get is from that as well is there is something, because you're the one doing this, as you turn in a little bit, you feel like not to reference something that you guys are all nerds.
I resemble that.
Kind of like how if you walked upon a Borg cube and they ignore you if you're not a threat, because you're the one doing this, whatever it is that is here appears to be ignoring you because it seems to be recognizing you as part of the greater whole, and therefore doesn't see you as a threat and just allows you to exist. But because how dream world is often time lapsed with the real world, you see civilization starting to be built in rapid succession, but of very, very different type of
So
architecture.
this time I will use that secondary power of whatever we're going to call
Sure.
it. Is this the same entity I sensed before?
You mean from the temple?
From the kinship.
From the kinship earlier this morning.
The older.
Okay,
The
so this is the last one you get for free before we start rolling. No, this is
Okay.
not the same thing. Not by a long shot.
This one I will actually.
Actually, wait, hold on a second.
I just broke
Spider
him.
webs. Or...
You did break me. Hold on.
Did you tell a fib?
No, I have to check my notes. Shit. Hold on.
Are you sure you're all right? That looked painful. Whatever.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, no, it was very
Who
painful.
smells
It was
burning
like,
wires? I smell burning wires. TJ, you burning in there over there?
Are you having a stroke?
No, he's
Calling you
Yeah.
a malfunctioning computer.
I
yeah.
okay.
No, it's.
It was
be
funnier
okay.
in my head too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was funny when it actually happened.
Yeah, when you have to explain it, it gets pretty bad.
No,
you're okay.
I'm
Okay.
That wasn't me.
But it was you, and who the fuck is that?
And why are you here?
Why are you here and not him?
All right,
They are not
where's Lahg?
entirely dissimilar, but as far as you can understand, they appear to be
Why do you have
different
that, but he doesn't?
entities.
Okay.
I never ate mine.
But it doesn't mean that they don't have ties to each other.
That answers
I
less questions than you.
We'll
than you
reach
think
out
it
towards
does.
Argus. Not your microphone, sorry. Reach out to, like, grab your arm, and I'm going to use, I know it might hurt me.
Sure.
I'm bringing the entity I sensed in Argus to the entity in the temple and trying to connect them.
I see. Okay, you're trying to bridge the, hey, I know that you're there, you're a kinship to me, of like, what the heck are you building a new civilization?
Yeah.
You're trying to be the bridge, the catalyst, between
To make
the
them
two.
see. Well, I'm more concerned about showing the
Interesting.
one in the temple to the guy that's now in the temple.
So I'm gonna give you a disclaimer here.
Okay.
In the process of doing this, you are basically a circuit breaker.
Yeah.
That means you're a fuse, meaning that there is going to be perhaps a lot of psychic or whatever type of energy it may be.
Which is why I'm holding on to God.
I mean, if you're a fuse, you can burn out.
that is-
No, I know.
That is going to pass through you, which also could result in a great amount of stress and perhaps, just like how a fuse burns out because it's meant to. You are not as has been proved before. You are not the. You are not you are not the wire that has the most electrical current or heat tolerance.
Matt
you're not
complete- yeah.
tungsten. You're copper. Okay.
Matt completely understands that. Meckel,
Does it?
not so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's the type that would lick the.
You just
Batteries,
No,
though.
you're also very impulsive. You just do the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. With that in knowledge, with that kind of instinct of knowing, do you still do
yeah.
the thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. So you hold on to Argus.
Yeah.
I think what I will say is that with that contact, you know about like a couple of milliseconds before what he's about to do, and that whole like the horror of what he's about to do probably dawns on you. Is there anything you want to do in the milliseconds before he does this thing?
I'm gonna blow my big no gods, no kings.
Oh, you're gonna pull it because you have an extra one, right? Because you did one, and you have the second one for the day, and you're just gonna go full push to the limits of what you possibly can. Are you doing it in the sense of trying to prevent him from doing this?
Yes, but also trying to pull what's taking over Lahg out.
Oh, that might make it hard because then you would sever my connection at the same time that you pull it.
So,
I would like to force it that direction, but I don't know how much actual I can do.
let me describe this in an analogy because there's really no other way for me to describe this. You're bridging and pulling while you are trying to cut and push. All right? There are two different types of forces. So imagine it like stripping a wire. You're trying to pull the essence of something while you're stripping whatever protective pieces of it.
No,
off.
you're supposed to give me protection, not the other way. Crap.
That's what Argus
Yeah,
said
that's
he's
what
doing.
Argus says, yeah.
So, like,
Well,
if that's what you're trying to doing,
something in Lahg building a civilization through you.
Right.
I'm trying
and
to
then
rip
what's
that
this,
shit out of
What's
him.
this nice little thing over here that's like Grandpa that I don't know anything about? That could be just
Something that shouldn't be involved right
it's
now.
like you're using that as. I think,
Maybe you should have asked
again.
your God
There's
first.
no way to describe this other than
Right,
like
right.
in an analogy, kind of like the anchor of like your hand with the pliers that creates a stable force of just something that you can pull, like your muscles
and he's taking the
engage.
insulation off the pliers.
And you are pulling and preventing all of it from coming through, but stripping the lining off of the wire in order to be able to, because that's like when those two interact like that, it's like something's going to come through. You're like the spaghetti machine strainer. That's
So am I
pulling it
rolling with
through.
disadvantage? Is that what
I think what's going to happen is that. Ooh, this is some crazy fucking shit that I was not expecting.
You're welcome.
No, I was not. So here's what's going to happen. Yours just happens. And if you are doing your full thing of happen, you're going to succeed on whatever it is that you're going to succeed.
Okay.
What is going to be the determination is going to be how well you can resist his ability because you're doing something so fucking wonky. And what actually gets stripped and what survives is going to be what happens with you. So that Tower of Terrazine needs to be handed around absolutely. Depending on what you roll, it's either perhaps going to be something closer to you or something not so close to you. Whereas, depending on what you roll, is going to be perhaps doing the thing that you wanted to do as far as stopping something from growing, or
Oh no, I just wanted to make them connect.
and make them connect. Yeah,
He's
you're
like,
trying to like
"Hey,
pull
look
these
at-
wires
look at
together
it."
as all their lining comes up.
This guy's here and this guy's here. Look.
It's
Yeah.
going to be the difference
Like, you're
between
gonna give him power.
pushing the kinship thing that you found closer to
I am
this,
not- I am
or
not the only one
pushing
who makes bad
the
decisions,
thing
thank
that is creating civilization, because we don't have names for either of
Right.
these things, closer to the kinship thing. All right, so pulling the metaphysical out of the mental and into the physical, or pulling the physical into the metaphysical.
That's what I meant to do.
Sure. But depending on what you guys roll, it could go either way,
Yeah,
right? It's
okay.
kind of like a
Wanna
tug of
pass?
war. Here.
So who's this going to first?
I think we're gonna go to Meckel first because he's the closest. We're gonna say this is going to be. I'm gonna let you decide what this is going to be. You're gonna decide what it was going to be a straight ability check, but I'm gonna let you decide what this is going to be. It's going to have to be one of your mental abilities, whether that be intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, but you have to justify it by how it is that you're doing it.
Okay, I am going to use charisma, and basically, specifically, going to kind of like I'm going to pretend that these are discordant, like two different songs,
And like
And
two different keys.
and I'm gonna do a remix, like we.
Got it.
And
You're trying to
Can I-
do a smooth modulation between
Yes.
the two.
And can I
You
use
got
my
it.
performance?
Yeah, sure. Did you want to like pull out something to try to be the elision in like music terms? The elision is something where when something is in one key and then it just kind of deceptively changes key and modulates to a different key, but in a way that doesn't sound too dissonant by using different tones gradually, like a gradation. To a
So
different
what you hear,
key.
because I have one hand on you, so what you actually hear is me kind of like keening and throat, almost to a point.
Are you throat singing?
Saying nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's very. You haven't heard Michael do this before in this form. You've heard it in something very similar from something else.
I actually don't know if I've been a part of any of your forms.
Poor Thraz and Zemdek are like, what the fuck is happening?
Started
I
it?
mean, we recognize
the
something's
hallway.
happening. Yes.
Yeah,
Trust
all
me.
of this. I mean,
Metaphysical.
although
Okay.
it took us like a half an hour to describe this,
Yes.
all of this happened very fast.
Understood.
I was
but
in the
like,
metaphysical with you. I
You recognize
feel
that
the energy.
something
Oh,
is
that's right.
happening. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if there's anything you'd like to do, you can. But I mean,
So
Yeah.
yeah,
You met Ghal. You know.
this is
you
also
know
a
that part,
first
that's
for a
why.
lot of you.
something is
so-
off here. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't know what.
so
It's clear to you,
Yeah.
obviously, that this is Ghal, not Log.
Right.
And that's Log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, I will.
does not get the difference.
I will have probably.
There's no reason why he wouldn't.
I will probably have to change physically my vocal cords during this just to make it just the vocal port. But just roll it.
Yeah,
then?
you can do performance. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
like. Yes.
I get a +8. Let's hope it's not a 1. 23.
23, not bad. Okay, why don't you take your die and pass that over to Log or Cody?
That's the first time I use
Because
my
it's Ghal now.
performance.
Jeez. Okay. Cody, Jewel, Cody. Your name is Cody. This table just doesn't.
All right. What am I rolling?
So we're gonna have you like the feeling of having something psychically
Existence.
strained and like pulled forcibly from a loom, as there are far too many strands to be
I do stop
bottlenecked
concentrating on my heroes.
through your position.
Okay.
You are now being you are now like acting as the gateway of what something could be passed through. Are you trying to be the immovable object are you trying to be the heaviest thing so the other thing has to move to you? Or are you trying to be something that is far more flexible and move to the other thing? Because like if two things are pulling each other, the heavier thing stays still and the other thing moves.
Are you the magnet or the pin, man?
Does that make sense? Like if something weighs 100 pounds and the other thing weighs 200 pounds, when the 100-pound thing pushes the 200-pound thing, the 100-pound thing moves, not the 200-pound thing.
Well, it depends on what my understanding of whatever the situation is. If I'm the thing blocking something from entering somewhere it shouldn't enter versus...
Cool. All right. So let's do this in imagery. Let me paint a picture for you. You're fucking tripping on shrooms, okay? And you are on a full psilocybin trip, and your brain is like folding in and out on itself, and you're like, whoa, as your mind's eye is being pulled out by a thread at the center of your mind, as you feel you're losing something as this is being pulled out, but you're also kind of roiling back in on itself over and over and over, like one of those magic eye pictures, and you are deciding whether you are going to give or you're going to be staunch.
With that description, I don't want my fucking brain sucked. I'm going to be staunch.
Okay? So
with that description.
You got it.
Staunch or squanch.
So what I'm going to roll is...
Does he have to make a roll?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
But like you have what you had to determine pretty much is the power of the force, like the newtons, let's just say, of the force of the tug of war, and what we now are doing is that if we can't beat your newtons that you're deciding to pull, or if one of us can't beat your newtons, both could get pulled.
Okay, just as long as it's not my fault.
If one beats the other, then it goes that way. Just kind of like tug of war.
Okay.
That makes sense? Cool. So, again, I'm going to give you a complete agency of what it is, how you want to do this.
Which die? Which one?
I know what I'm
Story?
going to be doing over here.
Argus
Story
is
can
That's not going to
fit.
fit. That's not going to fit
Oh,
in here.
okay.
Argus
Yeah,
is
'cause
no
story
gods,
is-
no kings goes off.
I mean, it might fit. but
Meckel
it's not gonna
starts
roll.
singing this discordant note, and we're just, and all of a sudden,
The power of your, like, unadulterated, unlimited, no gods, no kings, is what is allowing you to, rather than...
I'm just,
If there's a drywall and you have a screw pushed through the drywall onto a 2x4 on the other side, it's what's allowing you to pull the screw in the 2x4 through the drywall rather than just the screw. Okay? You are being able to like pull it all the way through and preventing the drywall from like doing those types of things. Your power has pretty much said, nothing is going to protect you in this moment. You will be here right now, right where I say you're going to be. I'm stripping you of whatever barriers you may be hiding behind. Does that make sense?
I was just making sure the three of us bystanders understood like what we were seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you do
Yeah,
about
sure.
it?
You see, like,
Argus's no gods no kings goes off.
Yeah.
Which we recognize at this
you're like,
point.
Yeah.
fuck authority! And then
Meckel starts
goes
singing
like,
singing this thing, and Ghal and Lahg like just starts freaking out.
and Lahg just starts like,
Convulsing.
And
Wait, am I adding anything to this, or this is just a straight roll?
like I said, this can
Whatever-
be
what do you do?
whatever
What do you-
check you want it to be. You just have to justify it with me.
Oh, those are the worst.
How
ones.
are you standing stalwart? Right? That was your
Yeah.
choice.
Or
right?
how are you
So how
moving
are
things?
I am going to
He's in a
intimidate the fuck out of whatever this force is.
So you want to be a bouncer
say
to
fuck,
whatever
so
this
it's
thing
alright.
is. Cool.
You know
got
what?
it.
I could totally see Lahg being a
Like
bouncer,
you don't
so
have
Ghal
a
could do it.
reservation type of feel. You got it.
All we feel in the astral plane is
Okay.
You don't have a reservation. You need to pay your.
How
bill
do
and
you
get
do it?
out.
Wait. Before you tell me what it is, what is your mind's eye? What do you say? What's the thought that's in your mind as you're trying to be intimidating to this thing and try to be staunch in your space?
Fuck you!
I don't know what I expected.
That's Lahg. Does he take damage now?
No, it's still Ghal.
No, that's still
Ghal.
Ghal.
Oh,
That's Ghal. That's Ghal doing this. Yeah.
I take
Because it's coming from Lahg, but Ghal is like the barrier, whereas you're pulling from this thing, and you're like, it's this whole fucking thing. It's easier to
We
imagine.
just
if
want to
it's
roll high. I think
linear.
is what it is.
Yep.
I take Ghal's hand and I smack it on the brain brooch. And I am gonna flash of genius give you 5 points on top of that.
Cool. Yeah, because that's a reaction, right?
You can for intimidation.
Any
check.
ability check.
Oh, okay.
Or saving.
I
So
thought it
what's
was
the
only-
total on that?
Awesome.
I thought it was only intelligence.
Okay,
or
so with that, that's a 23.
Brain brooch and-
20. You got a 23, didn't you?
Because it was 11 plus 7, so 18 plus 5.
23.
The kinship got a 21.
Yeah! Fuck off.
I don't actually know what that does,
No.
honestly,
It pulls-
because
So because you got 23, and they got 20. Fuck.
Did we just break something?
I mean, kind
portal
of.
opens up and we got sucked into it.
Do we get to
I
see
mean, there's no
Logg's
way-
physical
there's no-
body or Ghal get
There's
pulled in
really
half?
no other way to resolve this. So I'm going to explain to you what happens, and then y'all have like a split second to react to this because it was unbalanced. However minuscule it may have been, so it may do just like the whole rubber band stretches and then snaps back. There may be a moment where it is in the interim of neutrality before it might be siphoned into one spot. What gives is the kinship thing, and you feel the essence of something being pulled through the walls of this, which is like the mind and the soul of some entity that is old. What you see, and I think you're the only one that sees this because you have concentrated on this, is the image of a very old human man with a big old amulet with an open hoof on it, that is more of like the ethereal, again, like very Final Fantasy spirits within the soul of the thing that has been pulled through, that has been forced to this meeting point as you kind of pull from both sides. Lahg, you lose a little bit of ground, but like you're still, everything's being pulled to this moment here. You do feel like once the dust has settled, it will all be shoved into, I'm sorry, Ghal, all be shoved into Logg's mind or whatever it may be, as there is again, astral projection or ethereal version of what Zemdak kind of looks like, pulled from the third eye of Lahg, also to meet in that space as well. I'm sorry, third eye, the spirit of Zemdak, in that space, in this room as well, as all you witness it, and you're like, what the hell is happening? As Meckel is like, yeah, and is holding the old human monk, which is essentially, for the sake of time, Grandmaster Rivik, the soul of Grandmaster Rivik, and the soul of whatever was proposing to be Zemdak. Not that any of you would know that other than Zemdak themselves, between the two, and like shocking and seeing the bones, just very Home Alone style, like between the two, and you can see them leaning towards, as you see portions of the etherealness of Zemdak being siphoned back into Logg's mind. There is Argus, because of what you have done and because of how high your passive perception is, you see a smirk appear upon the soul of Zemdak.
Sudden doubt.
You're kidding me. That just like straight up makes them whatever they're concentrating on not be able to concentrate on.
Not necessarily.
Read it out loud because this is good.
It's supposed to. That's when it's true. When a divine spellcaster you see is casting a spell within range, use your reaction to cause their spell to partially backfire, harnessing and ensuing doubt to bolster yourself. The caster takes damage equal to 1d4 or ND4, where N is the spell level they're attempting to cast.
Cool. Okay, so I get the thing. But it's a reaction,
Yep.
so you are trying to sudden doubt. You just do the thing, because they don't need to roll a save, do they? It just happens, right? So they don't just say you. So you see that smirk and you're like, no fucking way. And you sudden down as you send like a pulse of like personified doubt in their direction, which causes this smirk to wilt as you see it become far more even now. You have fully evened the scales, and they are being held there by Meckel, as Meckel holds both of them in stasis, in like whatever it would be to be non-movement. Meckel, you have complete control over what is happening right now. Do you want to pull whatever it is that these things embody and personify to here in this moment, or do you want to push them both back where they were? Or what do you actually? You have full agency in this. What do you want to do with this?
I was hoping they would just notice each other. I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, they've noticed each other.
Yeah.
You made sure they noticed each other.
Can I take a second to see how they're reacting to seeing each other?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight at advantage, especially given what has happened so far.
You're tethered.
You are not smiling right now. This is not a happy moment.
13.
I'm looking at you guys going.
The best
"What
you can
the
tell
fuck
is that
did
they
I
appear to
sign
be
up
at odds.
Oh, that's all I needed. I'm pulling them both to the same spot.
Now kiss.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that, but yeah, okay.
Like you're playing
It's
with.
more like now fight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
But
You can give advantage.
my
to
question
the
is like, are you saying you will be here now? I'm
I was
pulling
gonna
you out
say,
of
in
where
this
you
corner.
were before,
And in this corner.
and I am now proclaiming that you are here now.
Yeah.
Cool. You do so. You feel the very Necromanga Chronicles of Riddick, where the thing moves and then the actual body catches up. The spirit of the thing moves and the body actually catches up with where they were predicted to be.
Yep.
That same type of feeling as Grandmaster Rivik moves and like with incredible speed through the aisles as you see and corridors as you see them move with lightning speed around the corner, and all this is in bullet time as you all are moving super slow as they snap into where their soul now occupies that space. And then you see from every pore and orifice from Lahg come pull this black ichor as it amoebic creates the form like water, only takes the shape of whatever container it is within of Zemdak, and then solidifies to be slowly turning the color of the flesh, the garments, the eyes, and the hair of Zemdak in the moment before they finally plop to the ground. And there is a single 1 second of breath. 1 second. Before the body of Zemdak, not actual Zemdak.
Because he's still standing there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icar's out back.
Lahg's body has now just kind of crumpled. Zemdak, it begins to go under a transformation, not unlike the transformations that you go through, to assume the form of something terrifyingly familiar. With 8 limbs and a spear-headed, like
There
a
we go.
thorn,
There's that other spear.
sharp spear-headed. It's been like tumorous growth and
it's-
cancers begin to bubble. You have 1 second. What's
Yeah,
it you'd like to
I'm
do?
going to run towards that puddle of ichor and dive into it because I think the ichor is part of me.
Okay, so the ichor is like what is coalescing to create this creature.
Right, and I'm...
But you want to dive into it while it's still somewhat Newtonian.
Are you
Right,
are you
I wanna-
diving into it nose first?
Like mouth,
I'm going
mouth
to
open.
basically...
I
Yeah,
thought he'd
I'm
slid it in
trying
last
to do
time.
what I did with the little puddle. I want to absorb as much of it
This
as
is
possible.
stupid ridiculous. Okay, fuck. Okay,
GM,
yeah, what's up?
while this is going on, Thraz, seeing all this weird shit happen.
Oh, you
is-
feel so many fucking breaks and riffs in reality.
No.
It's
He's going
absurd.
to
You're
use-
like, it's insane.
He's going to use his true sight ability, like to see what the fuck that thing is in front of him right now.
The what True Sight will do is just show you The moment that you guys see the ichor becoming like the colors of the clothing and the hair of Zemdak, you just don't see that transformation. You see it in its true form, which is just ichor of an amoeba, like pseudopod that is just taking the shape of Zemdak. As you just try to dive into it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to absorb it.
I want you to roll a...
What?
I'm going to give you a choice. Constitution, intelligence, or wisdom saving throw.
Well, it sure isn't wisdom. What concentration or
Constitution, intelligence, or wisdom.
Okay, it will be
I'm-
wisdom saving
Matt,
throw, right?
Matt, I'm going to tell you right now.
I
I'm full disclosure. I'm going to tell you right now. Depending on what it is you roll here, it's going to have drastically different consequences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With
So-
advantage? No.
So you tell me what it is you're rolling.
A nat 1.
That's some drastic
It's
shit.
it's a 5.
And what was
or
the
it's
roll?
a 6. It would be a 6.
For what type of roll? What type of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. So a 6 on a wisdom saving throw. And we'll resolve that next time. We'll see you. Thank you guys for watching. That's it for this session and episode. We love you very much. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye.